sky is blue and fields are green, and laughter is the language of the world. Then I wake and all I see is a world full of people in need. Tell me why does it have to be like this? Tell me why. Is there something I have missed? Tell me why. 'Cause I don't understand when so many need somebody. We don't give a helping hand. Tell me why. Every day I ask myself, what will I have to do to be a man? Do I have to stand and fight to prove to everybody who I am? Is that what my life is for? To waste in a world full of war? Tell me why does it have to be like this? Tell me why. Is there something I have missed? Tell me why. 'Cause I don't understand when so many need somebody.
The Congo is a country in Africa, and right now they're having a lot of conflict there. I think it's it is the worst place in the world to be a woman in terms of sexual assault. There's really high rates of violence against women, and there's a civil war going on right now.
Located in Africa, I know that Che Guevara went in the late 50s, early 60s to hope to start a revolution there. It was unsuccessful, and he was pushed out, and it was only in 97 that I believe Kabila might be the current president that he took power.
I know it's a country in Central Africa, and I know that it's the home of Patrice Lumumba, the great revolutionary. The Congo's going through some really tough times right now politically. A lot of it is due to colonization and also our own meddling in their affairs.
Give a helping hand. Tell me why.
I always imagined a phone to be made up of electronics. I didn't even know that we need to use minerals in our phones.
Probably there's some metals, like there's maybe zinc or something, and maybe some iron. Those are my guesses, but I don't know exactly.
I don't know what minerals are used.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
I imagine it must be outside the U.S. We don't have very rich mineral deposits in the United States. My guess, to be very pessimistic, is that corporations probably exploit, mineral deposits in third world countries.
I would imagine that they come from countries outside the U.S., probably from countries in Africa that are being exploited, probably countries in South America, and I would guess.
Just tell me why.
I think everyone's general public, everyone's favorite company right now is Apple. It's really sexy, it's white, there's all these colors, all these apps, all these functions. But currently, I'm not that cool. I have a Motorola smartphone, but that's only because it's the cheapest. But I know a lot of people also enjoy using, like LG phones or Samsung, which use the Android platform. So there you go. Girls up with it. Oh, BlackBerry as well. A lot of government officials use BlackBerry.
Love Nokia phones. Unfortunately, you don't get Nokia phones so much in this country, but I'm from India, so Nokia is used a lot in India. And I guess I like Nokia phones.
A very viable option is to start with consumer advocacy, and if we stop the demand for these electronics, if we call for products that use conflict-free minerals, then those militiamen in the Congo would have no need, like they would have no one to ship those like minerals out to, right? So I guess that would be one way of doing it.
We have a responsibility to, find out where this computer came from or our phones are coming from, and try to hold the companies responsible to know where their minerals are coming from. So I think the campaign Raise Hope for Congo is a really great resource because it tells you and just ranks all the companies based on their compliance with socially responsible standards. But I think that consumer power is one that we definitely have in the United States. Like, it's a huge privilege, and we can, at the very least, use it for good. And hopefully the companies will listen to us since we're the ones buying their products. So there needs to be consumer awareness and advocacy, sort of similar to divestment during apartheid in South Africa, where people all over the world decided to stop funding organizations and governments that were
I think that what we can do to stop exploitation in the Congo, I think we have to do a lot of things. I think that we have to, as people who are buying these cell phones, I think that we have to make a demand that to these companies that this has to stop, that they need to find ways to make trade in the Congo fair without owning the mines. But I also think that there's an opportunity for, let's say, the Verizon workers that have issues here in the U.S. to reach out to people who are actually mining these minerals and organize nationwide, so that Verizon and other companies can be seen as actually fueling this conflict. Right? They're not innocent in this. So yeah, I think more worker solidarity in the U.S. and in the Congo would be a good approach, and also consumer advocacy. So I think us as people who buy these cell phones have to raise our voices and buy cell phones that don't promote that, but also put pressure on these companies so that they stop supporting the rebels in their arms trade.